Hi Cancer, and welcome to your Spirit Guide messages for June 2019. I'm going to start by pulling a couple of cards here to see what your Spirit Guides want to bring to your attention, want to talk to you about, want to let you know what's ahead or what's going on. So let's see what your Spirit Guides have to say to you, Cancer. All right, so we have romance focus and we have happiness. So, Cancer, these two cards coming out, pretty straightforward. Your guides want to talk to you about, I'm going to start over here with the happiness, like your true happiness from your core. And you know, with romance focused here, that could be a couple of things. That could be letting you know that things are about to shift for you in the romantic department in a very positive way, okay? Or if you've just really been kind of rocked to your core through a romantic relationship, this may be Spirit saying, you know what, it might be time to let this go, let the heartbreak go, like whatever you are holding on to about this, like let it go so that you can move into happiness, because the next card would actually be let it go. So yeah, let it go, Cancer, because there's an earned opportunity that's trying to open up for you, okay? And look at this. Next card out would actually be healing begins. So Cancer, with this lineup, I just feel some of you are either really still involved with this, or you're harboring some emotional baggage about something that happened in a romantic relationship. And this doesn't have to mean like you're pining for the person or anything like that, but your guides are bringing your attention to some potential wounds that exist, you know, in your core from some heavy stuff that you've gone through romantically. And now it's time for you to move into a place of happiness, okay? You have earned it. And I believe for your weekly, it was like your own beautiful energy is returning to you. And I see that, you know, through these cards in your Spirit Guide messages, Cancer. You have earned happiness and prosperity. And you see, like, walking through this door, the yellow and the orange, to me that's sacral chakra and solar plexus chakra, which is the divine feminine and divine masculine of the chakras, all right? Romance focus. And even look at the rainbow is like making me think of the chakras. So with this, I feel a couple things. It's like the yin and yang within you, the solar and sacral chakra, are coming into a place of balance. Like that's where the healing needs to happen. So you could try meditations, you could do Reiki, you know, there's a whole bunch of things. Just Google how to heal and balance your solar and sacral chakra if you are not familiar with practices like that. And because healing begins. And so it's like these two chakras are finally getting in balance, which just changes your whole world. Trust me on that. Or this is, like I said, some sort of emotional baggage that you're letting go of. And it's either restoring a relationship you're still involved with, or it's allowing the door to open for you to finally step into a new romantic relationship. Now, some of you, obviously this is general, doesn't have to be about romance. If you've just been going through like a lot of heavy stuff, your guides are like, you know what, let it go, look forward, don't look back, focus on healing, because it's going to lead you to really good things. So let's pull some dice, Cancer. All right, yeah, look at Five of Cups. That is definitely sadness and heartache. And now you have the Moon, which to me is talking about the intensity of those emotions, and they go deep to the core, like I said. And We have the Four of Swords, which this is all about healing, rest, and recovery. And look at this would be the Queen of Cups. So that's just highlighting your energy. Cancer, yeah, it is time for this. Ooh, sorry. I just heard a sound and it kind of freaked me out. It is time for the sadness to dissipate. It's deep, it goes to the core, and the Four of Swords is all about healing and recovery, okay? And I don't know, that freaking noise spooked me. Oh. Oh, nice. Look at this. Ace of Cups. Man, Cancer, this is all cups energy. And now look at, we have the King of Cups. So King and Queen of Cups, male and female, that yin and yang energy, all right? I love that this came out like that because this Four of Swords is all about healing, rest, recovery, recuperation, regeneration. And, you know, the Queen of Cups and the King of Cups is that solar and sacral chakra energy, all right? And so it's just being reiterated to me right here through these two dice coming out like that. So we're going to go ahead and leave the Queen of Cups showing, and we will put the King on top because I know that there's some sort of balance within yourself or an actual relationship that is connected to romance. Now, Three of Cups. This could represent a couple of different things. Some of you, this could have been some sort of third-party situation. Others of you, this is speaking more about the happiness that's coming in, the celebration, making new connections, making new friends. Maybe some of you, there is a new romance with this Ace of Cups that's trying to come in. And I don't want to make your spirit guide messages all about romance because, you know, that's not my intention. But, you know, for those of you who are familiar with tarot, Ace of Cups, King and Queen of Cups, romance focus, okay? So that tells me one of two things. This is like your spirit guides are talking to you about romance, whether you want to hear it or not. Or this is where your solar and sacral chakra, your yin and yang within are distorted. They're out of balance. And the key to your happiness, to your restoration, to healing the core of you is really all about getting those chakras in balance. And now with the Three of Cups, I feel that's also bringing your root chakra into the reading and talking about how you need to ground your energy better. Cancer, I really feel meditations, like I always do them while I'm sleeping. I cannot, when I'm awake. I have tried a bazillion and 5 techniques, and people try to say, oh, you're just not doing it right, or you need to give it more time. I'm like, no, I know me and I know how I work, okay? And so if I try to do it in waking hours, forget about it. It's just not going to happen. But if I do anything while I'm sleeping, listen to anything, like, it's magical. So find the way that works for you, for your, you know, subconscious mind to receive new information or to really balance your energy out, because it's all about the solar and sacral for you guys. And the root, you know, that's about feeling stable and secure. And if that's out of balance, then those are naturally out of balance. But I feel relationships in general, something has happened here, Cancer, and that's what's caused the distortion. And healing that is the key to your happiness and moving on and moving forward and letting go of this heartache and sadness. And other than that Four of Swords, which was just confirming the healing card that we've already pulled, all of this, every one of this is cups. That's emotion, Cancer. And the moon in the tarot represents Pisces. However, you guys are ruled by the moon. So I always read the moon as you or Pisces. And so what I see is a whole lot of emotion going on here. But Spirit's really trying to lead you out of the darkness into the happiness that you so rightfully deserve. And there is a new beginning, a new start for you somehow, some way, Cancer, right here with this Ace of Cups. So let's pull. Oh, it dropped out of my hand, so I guess that wasn't the one. Imagine this, the Knight of Cups. Next we have the King of Swords. That's Cancer, feeling very empowered right there. And, oh, nice, Six of Swords. Yes, Cancer, listen to me. Also, gosh, there's so much going on here. So the Six of Swords, yes, this is my confirmation. Once you get those two in balance, those chakras in balance, Cancer, I'm telling you, it's all good. Like, you move on. It gets better. You get happier. I feel like just June is lifting some of those heavier emotions off you anyways. But man, I cannot not see the romance and the third party going on here. Anybody who would read tarot would, it's just there, my goodness. Okay, so we have a couple, the King and Queen of Cups. Now we have this King of Swords up here. That's the third party. It sits right on top of the Three of Cups. Okay, Five of Cups, a lot of sadness. So those of you where it's like you need this confirmation from your spirit guides, like, yes, you guys are moving. If this is a relationship that's still solidified, June, it's like this is more about you two as man and woman, couple, healing and moving on and moving forward back into happiness, leaving this third party or whatever this is behind and starting anew. And it's like that's old energy. It's falling away and you don't have those same worries and concern on your journey ahead with this relationship if it's still solidified, okay? Others of you, I feel this is talking more about a situation where there was some sort of third-party influence that broke the relationship up, and you've really struggled with that and the heartache and the pain of that. And now in June, it's like you're finally going to start moving on, Cancer, and this could indicate, excuse me, that there's new romance going to be offered to you, potentially through an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, because we have the Ace of Cups with the Knight of Cups there, all right? So to me, that's like either a new beginning within an existing relationship, or that's a new romance coming into your world after you've been through, you know, a really hard time in a past relationship. And that might be the emotional baggage some of you have been carrying around, okay? And maybe what you're striving for has nothing to do with romance, and your guides are bringing this to your attention to say, hey, listen, Cancer, these unresolved emotions, this baggage you carry about these romantic things that happened in the past is actually preventing you from some success in another area of your life, and you're not connecting the dots. And that's why this is coming through, because your guides are like, you've got to work on the emotional baggage, and that's like your key. And I think a lot of that has to do with self-love. Even if you do love yourself and you have confidence, that baggage takes away from it. And the more that you heal that, the more you come into yourself, which just naturally restores your happiness. And when you're in a happy vibration, you know, those higher emotions, it just sends you on forward in a much better experience. So Cancer, I see that here, however that's playing out for you personally, okay? It's time to move on from this heavy, heavy stuff, and happiness is just ahead. And some of you, this is definitely a new romance coming in after not so much of good romances, and this is a good romance this time. Some of you, maybe this is about friendships, okay? All right, so we have Beyond Time coins. This is a nice card. This is the your spirit guide saying they have very much been guiding you, giving you signs and synchronicities, especially coins. So if you've been seeing coins, that's your guide saying, hey, we're with you. Also, with this card, huge emphasis on finances and career. All right, so look for the signs and synchronicities. Ask, put it out there. If I find, a quarter, it's a yes. If I find a dime, it's a no. Like, you can try to get specific like that. It doesn't always work, but, work it out with your guides. If you're confused on the signs you're getting, like, what are you telling me? Because this right here lets me know they're trying to communicate with you, no question. Next we have, not surprised to see this. Yes, Cancer. This June is a month of healing for you guys, really getting beyond some heavy crud. Somebody really hurt you, like rocked you to your core. Stability, yes. This is what you are striving for, as well as, like I said, as you move forward, it is much more stable, secure, and this is a confirmation. Oh my goodness. Oh gosh. I don't know if you guys hear any of that, but I don't know if it's like the house creaking or like somebody outside the house or like what, but I keep getting spooked in your guys' reading, which normally I don't get spooked, but anyways, this to me is a confirmation of the root chakra, okay? And how we need to get fully grounded, bring all of our energy down, because when we have been wounded all the way to our core, we're just kind of flapping in the wind. It's hard to get a grasp on anything, right? Because you've been rattled to your core. You've got to, refocus, you've got to rebuild, and you've got to reground yourself, and that's coming through really strongly. And in doing so, Cancer, I'm telling you, this stability moves forward with you. It's long lasting. Lessons. Yeah, okay, so with this coming out, Cancer, whatever this situation was about, however this happened, however this is speaking to you, you have grown and evolved in big, big ways from this experience. And it cannot happen again moving forward, so you don't need to fear. And lastly, we're winter period of reflection and feeling restricted with that. So Cancer, listen, your season of winter is now coming to an end. Okay, it's time for a new beginning, for new love. This is joy. Your cup spilleth over with happiness. That right there. Let's pull you some advice. You've just get those chakras in balance if that's how that speaks to you, or I don't know. I don't want to make this just all about romance, but you're being very guided, Cancer, by your spiritual team here, trying to get you moved forward. And it has a lot to do with your energy and getting rebalanced after it's just some really heavy stuff. Change. You yourself must strive. The Buddha only points the way. All right, so this is your advice, Cancer, from your guides. And okay, I'm sorry, you guys, this reading, I'm going to have to go see what the heck that is after I wrap this up. This right here, Cancer, is where it is time for you to move on to like the next phase of your life, or if this is about a relationship that's still intact, move on to the next phase of that relationship, or it's time for a new relationship to come into your world. But with this, it's like you kind of have a barrier around yourself because of what happened, and your guides are like, listen, it's time to just cleanse, to let that go, to heal all the way down to your core, because it's, Cancer, you've earned this. Okay? It's time for you to have whatever this represents in your reality. And healing begins. You got healing in this deck, and then in the dice. So June is about healing, and it's like you've got to let go of what you've got to let go of. Get those chakras in balance. And Cancer, I'm telling you, there is happiness, like your cup overflow with joy. Your emotions back in alignment, not feeling scattered, not just, gosh, I know when you're hurting or when things hurt you, there's just like this gnawing, this aching, just deep within, and it's hard to shake that. But June, the energy that's being projected to you guys from your team is very healing, and it's to push you to this next phase of your life, which if you haven't, if you've sworn off love for eternity, that's going to probably change your mind, Cancer. With this card, it's just, any of you with these new romances showing up, I do see that they're stable and long-term and a much different experience than what you have been through in the past. Okay, Cancer? So those are your messages. I'm wishing you all the best. Take care.